That's why you so rude. Who the is you? I been this way since school. Spent the whole milli on one set, it's ocean blue. Water. That's why you so up, cause I pay my dues. Hey, hey. Let's go, 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 let's go.
The third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Chargers and the Cowboys, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the heart of Texas and the spectacular AT&T Stadium in Arlington. After this, the games count for real. Good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen. Greg, back in the day, it was 6 preseason games, then 4, now 3. So here we are. This one, the last tune-up before the regular season gets going.
Yeah, and I know it's easy to start looking ahead to the regular season, and of course there's an excitement that comes when the games get real, but for so many players on these rosters, this is where careers and opportunities are made. I know from talking to these coaches, they're coming in. This game matters. It's how they build their roster. It's how they make the last couple difficult decisions. Because once these teams get cut down for the start of the regular season, the real games get going, and they want to make sure they have the right guys in that locker room come week 1.
Here's Darius Davis to return it. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Chargers led out by Justin Herbert in his 5th season now, Greg, as the Charger QB, a guy we saw win the Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2020.
These preseason games, Mike, they could be a little bit tricky because on one hand, you want to protect your starters. You want to make sure you go into week 1 of the regular season as healthy and as prepared as possible. But for a lot of the guys on this roster, especially these backup quarterbacks, this is a great opportunity not only to prove your worth in the NFL, but these are a lot of valuable opportunities and reps that don't necessarily come once the regular season gets kicked off.
Another run here with Harris. And some good running there. That's a first down up to the 43.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Los Angeles.
Here's Herbert. To the left side, catch made by McConkey.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by the rookie out of Miami. And the Cowboys will get the ball at their own 17-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. Leading them out, the former number 1 overall pick back in the 2021 draft, it's Trevor Lawrence.
Make no mistake about it, Mike, even though these games might not mean a lot in the grand scheme of things, they certainly matter when it comes to the evaluation of these rosters. You just can't replicate these situations of live reps in practice. So what do coaches do? They give guys a little bit of taste in the preseason games. Can you separate yourself from the rest of the pack? I'm excited to see who steps up, who makes a case to snatch one of these roster spots over these next couple hours.
2 yards on the pickup. It's
Second down and 8.
19-yard line.
Hey.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. The ball comes out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands. A sigh of relief there. That was very nearly a turnover Unfortunate to see that one, Greg, get fumbled out of bounds.
And when that ball came loose, Mike, you could see the entire sideline kind of holds their breath. But they were able to take a little bit of an exhale as they saw that ball, fortunately for them, go out of bounds.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Cowboys.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Nice catch here by Theo Johnson, the young rookie tight end, and I really like his upside. I think he's kind of a long, rangy guy. He's got a great catch radius, and he can really get vertical downfield. One of only 5 FBS tight ends last year, Mike, with 7+ touchdowns. So I think the Giants have a chance here to develop him and give Daniel Jones another offensive weapon as they look to get this thing back on track.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Hey, easy. Ralph.
Here's a handoff to Williams. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Lisa 24.
Lawrence. That's complete. It's Malik Neighbors. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
Hook him up on a 2nd down and 8.
Hey, go.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Catch is made, that's Mingo. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Davis now to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Chargers offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And that'll be a short gain up to the 27-yard line. From the gun, it's Herbert. That's complete to the TCU man, Quentin Johnston. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll try the right side now with Harris. And he'll get this up to the 44. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. On play action now, Herbert. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. Shotgun now for Herbert. He gets this one complete to Johnston. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. That's pulled in. Najee Harris. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. It's the Cowboys with the early edge. We're back to Arlington in a moment. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. Herbert to the air again. And he'll take it on in. Will Dissly. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Lawrence. It's caught. Mingo with the ground. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
That's into the hands of Mingo. It's a pickup of 13 yards. That's good for a Dallas 1st down. They run over center with Williams. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, run!
Here's Lawrence to throw. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. 22 yards, the pickup there. That's good for a Dallas 1st down.
Hey, easy, Ralph.
On the ground, this is Williams. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Lawrence now on 2nd down. This throw left side, taken in by Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He gets it to go. The Cowboys are on top. It's now 10-7. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Herbert, right side and hauled in by McConkey. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. 1st and 10. Give up the middle to Harris. Working his way for a short pickup to the 48. Now Herbert. That's a short one taken in by Conklin. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's 3rd and 2. Pistol here for Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Trevor Lawrence set to take over once more. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10.
Go, go! Go, go! Silver!
They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
Hey, Lion! Silver!
They'll go again with Williams. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Now a 3rd and 2.
Hey!
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. On 4th down, they'll turn to Ryan Stonehouse here to punt. On the return for the Chargers, it's Darius Davis. This brought in out past the 20. Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And they will finally run him down up near midfield. On play action, now Herbert. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Anytime you're playing zone defense and everybody's eyes are on the quarterback, it's really easy to lose sight of some of the receivers. That's exactly what happened here. He started all the way on the far side of the field and worked his way across. Found a soft spot in the zone, and quarterback's able to put it on him.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Conklin. They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. Again, they'll throw with Herbert. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down. So here's a chance to take the lead going into the locker room. It's 1st and goal. Now Herbert again. To the goal line and in. Tyler Conklin. Touchdown Chargers. Point after now from Dicker. It's up and through. And the Chargers are on top. It's 14-10.
Cowboys 10.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Williams. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10.
Red on red.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Elijah Molden.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
That one complete to Johnston. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in the second quarter.
Go.
Throwing on 1st down is Herbert. Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Rip, 23. Here we go.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Jackson. And he's going to be taken down, but there are 1, 2, 3 flags on the field. I don't think this is going to stand.
Automatic 1st down.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now Lawrence. Throw, right side, taken in by Neighbors. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Right back to Neighbors. He's got it again. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. That pickup good for 29 yards.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout, you can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
Taken in right side by the tight end, Johnson.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
All right, let's go.
Now here's Lawrence. He's got his tight end. That's Johnson. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
3rd and inches, you're thinking the tight ends are on the field to block for the back or the quarterback, but not here. Nice setup here, playing to the tendencies of their offense, and they come away with a nice completion.
This one caught at the 4. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Jonathan Mingo. Touchdown, Dallas.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Well, let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Aubrey now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Cowboys move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. So, final seconds of this first half. Looks like they'll take a lead into the locker room as the kick's away. Davis now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we've reached halftime here in the final week of the preseason. We'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. This, the final game on the preseason schedule for these two teams. After this comes final cut downs, and then we get started for real. The countdown is on for the NFL kickoff game on the Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, this is the final dress rehearsal. Still a chance for someone to make a big play that cements his spot on the roster. And to bring it your way, let's get it right back out
these two
to Mike
sides
Tirico.
as half number 2 kicks off. Here's Williams on the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. He's got his big target. That's Johnson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. With that, we'll take a look at the draft class from back in April. These guys decided to build up that offensive line. You see they're using a first-round pick on a lineman to hopefully give a little more protection to their franchise quarterback. That's complete. It's Malik Neighbors. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Fred on red.
Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
Red, 23.
It's another run here for Williams. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
That's his 2nd catch on the drive. This one is good for 20 yards.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he's going to be close to a first down. Looks like he'll have just enough to keep the chains moving.
Lisa 24.
A give, and here comes Williams. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with 1st and goal. He couldn't quite break the plane. They'll have it at the 1-yard line.
Let's go.
They'll run. It's Williams. A dive, and he's in. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys.
You can can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Chargers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The deficit is 10, 24-14. So work to do as they come up for 1st and 10.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To throw is Herbert. Looking middle, he'll get it complete to McConkey. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Herbert to the air again. He runs with it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Now Herbert on the bootleg. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Herbert. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Herbert. This one finds McConkey. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Conklin goes in motion. Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. Pass taken in by Harris.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Short kick taken just inside the 20. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. On the give, it's Williams. And he'll bring this to about the 34-yard line. Zadarius Smith, the linebacker, in on the stop. 2nd and 7.
Hey, Lion!
They'll go with Williams. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Zadarius Smith, the linebacker, in on the stop. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Hey, Phil.
To throw is Lawrence. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. And he puts his head down and he picks up the first down. So we are through 3. EA Sports back for more from the NFL preseason after this. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Here we go, set.
They'll run former K-State product Deuce Vaughn. They'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They'll try again here. Second and 10.
Let's go.
At the 43-yard line.
Throwing, Milton. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, third and 5.
Come on, set.
Working out of the gun is Milton. Quick throw here is complete. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a first down. Running is Vaughn. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
10 more yards. That's another Cowboys first.
Throwing on first and 10 is Milton. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
Brings up second and 5 at the Chargers' 22-yard line.
From the gun, here's Milton. Quick throw, taken in, and that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now Vaughn. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. Second down and 8.
Let's go now.
From the shotgun, a throw from Milton. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. This defense back up, but stepping up. No gain on the play. It stays at the 3. Here now, second down and goal. They'll go with him again. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Deuce Vaughn. Touchdown, Dallas. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return, this is Jalen Reagor. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with first and 10. 14 yards on the pickup there. Here's first and 10. They'll throw with Heineke. That's on target to Brendan Rice, son of the legend Jerry Rice. 11 yards on the connection there. First down, L.A.
Here we go, set.
To throw is Heineke. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Now Heineke. That's complete to Rice. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4. Throwing, Heineke. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's Heineke. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Russ Yeast.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Let's go.
On the ground, the rookie out of Notre Dame, Audric Estime. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Now a handoff, the tight end in the running game. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up third down. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. That is caught. He finds Walker. Whistles here. We have another stoppage. Timeout called by the defense with 1:53 remaining. On the ground, it's Vaughn. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down. They'll run with Estime. And he'll take this to the 35, and that'll move the chains. It's a first down. Once more, it's Estime. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Let's go now.
Carry here for Vaughn. And he will not be able to get free. Picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. They'll run here with Vaughn. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give them 6 on that play. Cowboys special teams unit heads out for the punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Chargers offense headed back to take over once more. Let's go back and scroll through some of their drives. One theme, Greg, going to keep emerging throughout. Too many turnovers.
Yeah, I think it's been a combination of just carelessness, right? Some sloppy play offensively that has caused some of them. But also, let's give some credit to the defense. I think in a lot of the cases, they're also forcing these takeaways, punching the ball out, going up for interceptions. They've been in the right place at the right time. So, combination of really good defense at times, and at times, really bad offense.
They'll drop to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. What about this crowd getting even louder before 3rd and 10? Throwing is Heineke. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He's gonna look for the home run ball. And that is incomplete. They had their chance and took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Gotta let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. So it's a win for the Cowboys. They finish the preseason on an up note. Now they'll have a couple weeks to get ready for the season opener coming in September. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. We'll see you September 5th in Kansas City. The Chiefs and the Ravens in the season opener.